Hi, I'm Jan Seiner with Kinetic Adventures, and today, as part of our Own It University, I'm going to take you through some basic winterizing steps. So we're here in beautiful sunny Alabama, where it's nice and warm today, but the temperatures are forecast to go down into the low 20s tonight, so we figured it's about time. So first step, we come over here, we find our fresh tank drain, which on the Sprinters is right here, and we open the tank up and let it drain. And that takes a while, so that gives us time to go inside, get all our other stuff together, have a cup of coffee, come back and finish up. So while we're waiting on our tank to drain, I went inside, got myself a cup of tea. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drain the black and gray tanks. If I remember to open the valve, there we go. All right, as always, you start with a black tank, and then you come over to the macerator on the macerator unit, and you run the macerator until the tank is empty. So then now we've got dumped the black, close that up, we open the gray, and we dump the gray. And the reason for that is that the gray, in theory, is a little bit cleaner than the black, and it washes out the macerator and the hose. I think our tank's almost empty. All right, so now our black's empty, our gray's empty. We'll close this up, and then we are ready to move inside. Don't put the hose away yet, because we got to check and make sure we have antifreeze in it at the very end. Meantime, our fresh tank is finished draining. We can go ahead and close that. And it's this little valve under here. You want to come in for a close-up right here and grab this. You see that right there? That's our fresh tank drain valve. So we close that. We close that. Make sure it's closed. Okay? So for our next step on the inside, we need to go ahead and take care of the Aldi. And the Aldi is in the driver's side ottoman, and of course most of us have some kind of bedding, so it's a bit of a archaeological expedition to get to it, but it sits right in here. And if you can get a shot of this, so there's the valves. Okay, so for winter we put them in bypass position, which is this way. Okay, that bypasses the Aldi. And then we need to reach way down here, and I'm not sure you can even see that on the video, and pop. You see this blue valve right there? We need to pop that valve to drain the Aldi. So when we talk about RV antifreeze, this is what we're talking about. The brand is not really important. What is important is that it says RV Marine Antifreeze. Under no circumstances use automotive antifreeze. That is extremely toxic to you, your pets, pretty much anything else that comes in contact with it. This is food safe. It's perfectly safe to use in your pipes, and it will protect you. So when you buy this stuff, make sure it says RV Marine Antifreeze for freshwater systems. So what we do now is we take some of this antifreeze and we put it into the fresh tank. There's any number of ways to do it. This is a great invention by one of our owners. It's just a flex sink drain that they bent into this shape that just fits right in here. You can use funnels, you can use all sorts of things, but this is really cool because it takes very little room. And then you open this guy up. You open this guy up, or you punch a hole in it, there we go, and you pour it in there. So as we're moving through this, a really important question is, do you put any antifreeze into the Aldi itself? And the answer is no. This antifreeze is basically sugar water. If you put it into the Aldi tank and it fires up, it will cook it into burnt, nasty, caramel burnt stuff that you don't ever want to deal with. So this never goes into your Aldi. That's why it's really important to turn those 3 winterizing valves to prevent this from getting into your Aldi. What protects the Aldi is that blue drain valve that we popped open. That drains all the liquid out of the Aldi, and it stays protected all winter that way. So now we just move through the unit and we make sure that every single valve flushes that pink antifreeze. So now we're inside. We make sure our water pump is turned on. Okay. And then we go to every single outlet. And on cold, we wait for pink. Might take a while the first couple of times because we got to flush everything in the line. Make sure our sink drains. There we go. Now we turn it the other way and we wait for that to run pink. And again, that'll take a little while because we're flushing. There we go. Okay, so this is done. Now we flush the pink down into the P-trap so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we keep moving back. We come in here. We take our faucet. Same thing. We run pink all the way through. There we go. You see that running pink? Okay. Run that pink. Super important. Don't forget your shower, because if you forget this, that water inside the shower will crack it. All right, so now we're running pink here. We've run pink through our shower. And we come in here and we have to run pink through our toilet. There you go. So we should not forget the instant hot. Keep in mind this has a gallon of fresh water in it, so it takes quite a bit to get the pink to come out. Okay, so really good question. Do we need to put water down the drains? Depends on what you have. You can look under your counter here, and if you see this right here, this white little piece of tube right there in your drain line, that is a dry trap. You see that right here? I can't really, right there. See that white right here? That is a dry trap. It holds no water. So if you have these, you will also have one in the shower. You do not need to put any antifreeze down the drains. So if you have the traditional P-trap that sort of looks like this, you will need to put antifreeze down the drains in both your sink and your shower base. A couple of cups should be plenty to flush that water out of there and keep it in there. So if you're really thorough or an engineer, you're going to want to do this step. Down under here is the tank fill valve. This is if you're connected to city water with a hose and you want to fill your tank. There's a valve down here. Nobody ever uses it because it's not easy to get to, but it sits right here. And so one of the things you can do is you open this up and you hear the water run, and what it's doing is it's flushing this little bit of pipe with antifreeze. Okay. So that finished the interior of the vehicle. So we got one more, which is this exterior shower. And to make things more fun, we actually ran out of antifreeze in the tank, so it's going to sputter a little bit. But you can see the pink coming out. That's one. And now we turn the other one. And you should see the pink come out here in just a second. Is that pink already? Ah, it looks pretty pink to me. There we go. And that finishes the potable water system winterization. We have got one more thing we need to check, and is to make sure the macerator is full of antifreeze, that we flush that. So, all right, so here we go. We've dumped a lot of pink in there. You can see the pink coming out. The water's flushed, the macerator's full of antifreeze. And we are good to go. This is it. We shut the macerator off. We close everything up for the winter. We take our rig skiing or wherever we want to go and enjoy the winter. So there's two more things you need to do. One is to turn off the water pump. The second is leave the Aldi valve open. It'll pop open anyway when it gets close to freezing. So other than that, put everything away, lock it up, go enjoy the winter, and we'll see you in the spring.